we live. God is ecstasy in the building on Rated ZTV. Ain't no coincidence you're watching me. So today we are going to be diving into all things karmic relationships. And since I've been in one, I borderline feel like an expert, So what is a karmic relationship? First off, a karmic relationship is a relationship. Hold on, y'all. Get up to 0 leaks, 0 odor, and 0 feel. Because Flex Foam is the only pad with a. Sorry about that. Here vibing on Pandora. And I had a feeling that the commercial was gonna come on, but I was like, nah. I'ma just let it rock. Smooth jazz playing. Everything all good. Vibes is irie. But anyway. So a karmic relationship, in my opinion, is like a relationship that you manifest because of the karma that you have, within your own being, your own vessel. You manifest this person out of thin air, and you guys are mirroring each other, and y'all both have lessons to teach each other as well as learn from each other. So like, yeah, it's a soulmate partner, but not your highest frequency soulmate partner. You feel me? Y'all will have a connection. That is how y'all are gonna be attracted to each other. You feel me? But this is by no means, I don't think this is like a twin flame type thing, or like this is not a high level soulmate. This is like someone that comes into your life to literally make you transform. Like it's like I like to say it's like a crash course, into your transformation, into your metamorphosis as a butterfly. You feel me? So me personally, I met my karmic partner because in the beginning of my spiritual journey. So I was attracted to him because he had already gone through his spiritual awakening, and so I was very intrigued by his journey. He had told me that he forced his third eye open, and so I was like, I wanted to know more about his story, his life, and more about like the esoteric knowledge and all them things that you just don't teach you in school or just anywhere. Really, I was really attracted to him because of his wisdom. Granted, he was not my typical type, you feel me? Like I said, this was in the beginning of my spiritual journey. I was very much asleep, still learning. You feel me? Very materialistic, very shallow, into all the name brand things and like, like he didn't have the most money. He wasn't the richest man in Babylon, you feel me? But he did have the spiritual knowledge, and we had a spiritual connection. So with that being said, so yeah, that's why I was attracted to him. Granted, like I told you, before my spiritual awakening, I was on some other ish. Like I did a whole 180. If you were to know the person I was before, I was very shallow, materialistic, judgmental, all types of different things. Like, and that's just what I learned from society, going to public school and stuff like that. So like, I very much used to just be dating dudes and just using them for their money and getting car rides to school and having them buy me food and shit. So granted, I feel like this karmic relationship really, that was my karma for using people. God brought someone into my life that I don't think it was his intentions, at least I don't want to believe that he was here to just use me, but that was my karma, you feel me? So this relationship, yeah, when I tell you this relationship changed me, humbled me, grounded me. Like, I feel like this relationship stripped so much layers off of me that I thought was myself that really was not me, to the point that I got to the core. Okay, I got to the core of who I am as a child of God, as a vessel for the Most High. Before then, I don't know who I was. Like literally, I watched some old like Snapchat, like this is Snapchat, they Snapchat videos of myself and how I would speak and the things I was interested in. I'm like, look at this girl. She is lost in the sauce. She don't got a clue what's going on. You feel me? But that's neither here nor there. So anyway, like I said, this relationship, a karmic relationship, is not meant to last. It is meant to change you. It is meant to transform you. It is meant to teach you the life lessons that you need in this lifetime. So for me, I needed to learn strong boundaries, needed to learn how to set them for myself and stand on them, stand on business, enforce them. Also needed to learn and recognize my true self-worth. Also needed to learn, listen, don't settle for less than you're deserving. Also needed to learn at the very end when to let go. That was an issue for me. I did not know when to let go, even at my own detriment. A good school friend of mine used to tell me, like, yo, you're loyal to a fault. And I always took pride in that. I thought that was an amazing compliment. But later on in life, I realized that's not always the best thing. You can't be loyal to shit that is not serving you. You cannot be loyal to things that are trying to deplete you. You cannot be loyal to people who do not have your highest good in mind. You feel me? So hard life lessons that I learned probably within a span of like 2-3 years. Like, I tell you, my whole life, me personally, passenger princess, a patio princess, very much sheltered by my parents, didn't really have to need anything. I just called my dad would pull up, give me the money for it, pull up, buy them sneakers, buy the shoes, buy the belt, you feel me? So I didn't really have a knowing of like working hard for things, sacrificing for the things that I want, or just any real integrity of like going after the things that I desired. Like, I didn't know what that meant. For me, it was just like, if I want it, I'm supposed to have it. Very entitled. And this relationship really humbled me. We went through a lot of struggling and instability to the point where like I went without a lot of things that I'm not used to being without, like having my hair done, having my nails. When I tell you, I could not go outside if my nails was not done. Now I love my nails natural with a clear coat, like complete, like 360, no, 180. I could not go outside without a 40-inch weave down my butt. When I tell you, I don't want no fake hair in my head. I don't want that shit in my head. Like, I like to keep it natural, you feel me? So a lot of things, when I tell you, I used to be so judgmental until Source showed me, listen, y'all, do not judge people, because the same person that you are judging is a reflection of yourself. And if you're judging them because you don't understand your situation, God has a way of putting you through the same thing that person is going through so that you can understand what you was judging. I didn't get that until I went through it. Like, when I was younger, I used to look at like some of my peers, some of my female peers, be looking at how, guys was playing them and shit and getting them pregnant and just tossing them to the side. And so I was very privy and put on games. I just be like, all right, I'm not gonna let these niggas play me. I'm gonna play these niggas. And that's exactly what I did. But at the same time, I was judging females, you feel me? Until God put me in a situation. Like, for example, like I remember I had seen this girl on the bus and her hair was jacked up, clothes was like outdated, and I was like, could never be me, da da da. She was with her baby or whatever. And kid you not, years later, I found myself struggling with my son. My hair was jacked up, skin breaking out, bald spot in the back of my head, nails looking jacked up, clothes outdated, no name brand, nothing, toes looking crazy, crusty. And I had it right then and there in that situation, in that circumstance, when I realized, like, listen, not only like nobody was looking at me, I was very much invisible, which is, I was not used to that. I always was a center of attention everywhere I went. So being just not the hottest ish, not getting no attention, in that moment, I had remembered that girl that was on the bus that I judged, and I had no idea what she was going through. And I was like, wow, I get it now. And, I just asked God for forgiveness, and I sent a blessing. I sent a prayer up to her because I freaking get it. I get it. That lady, she was probably struggling, going through exactly what the heck I'm going through. And, you know, I judged her, not even knowing, thinking I was hotter than her, I was better than her. But little did I know we were equal. She was just going through something in life. And God had to humble me to show me to, you know, don't judge nobody because you don't know what they're going through. So that's just that on that, you know? But yeah, yo. I feel like my partner, I taught him how to love himself, taught him about his self-worth, how to take care of himself better, because I very much think that he was not loving on himself properly, and that is something that I knew how to do, but I didn't love myself as much as I thought I did when it really came down to it. I taught my partner about boundaries as well. It's something we both had to learn. Self-worth, boundaries, and really how to stand on business and be a man, like be a provider. I think I was able to teach my partner that. So yeah, we both transformed. We're both different people. Like, we even look different. You know, if you've seen him, which you're probably not going to, but you know, we both look different as well. Like, we transformed from the inside out. And when it all came down to it at the very, very end, like, we've broken up so many times. Matter of fact, let me tell you how you know it's a karmic relationship. If it's like spicy and magical and the connection is on fire in the beginning, but like when it really comes down to serious adulting and y'all building together and building a foundation, and it's just like impossible, y'all are not on the same page, or y'all aren't building together, y'all have to build separate, but y'all are together, but y'all not building together, it's like that's not it. Or you find yourself very much depleted, like you're pouring into this person, they just not reciprocating, you feel me? Or like you feel like you're just not being supported, or you feel like you're single in the relationship, you know, or you just have an inner knowing that this is just not your person, but you're still sticking around. That's how you know it's a karmic relationship. I kid you not. I prayed to God so many times about this relationship, asking the same question. God, this my person, please make it clear. If this is not my person, make it clear so it's undeniable. Every time I prayed that prayer to God, that same day, God used my partner to reveal to me that they are not my person. That my partner would come and say like the most foul ish to me, like, oh, I never really loved you, or I don't really want to be with you, or this, that, and third. Like, just making it the utmost clear, answering the prayer. Because when I tell you, I was hard-headed, I was stubborn, I could not hear it from nobody. So many people, so many earth angels came to warn me, be like, yo, you need to leave this relationship. And I did not listen. I did not listen. So many people came warn me, yo, stay away from this person, focus on yourself, this ain't your person. And I did not listen. I didn't listen. Why didn't I listen? Well, to be honest, we have a child together, and I really desire a family dynamic. I always have since a child. So I always wanted my son to have what I didn't have, which is my mom and dad in the same household raising me. My parents separated before I was even born, so I never had that. I've always desired that, yearned for that. So I wanted that for my child. Never in a million jillion years, I don't think any woman ever lays down with a man to have a child and visualize herself being a single mom. I don't think any woman ever, like, you know, nobody goes into that situation thinking that's going to be the outcome. Likewise, you know, so but that's just something that I just had to make peace with. And it's so wild because I always think about Ciara and how, like, you know, she had her son with Future, but that wasn't her person. That was probably a karmic, you feel me? And then look, she found Russell, and the queen is thriving. Okay, very much happy, very much abundant and peaceful, and that man worships the ground that she walks on. Oh, you feel me? So I always think about that, and I'm like, you know what? That's fine. My person is out there. I had to learn some lessons. I had to better myself. I had to level up within myself. There was lessons that I had to learn. You know, nothing was in vain. But Lord, those lessons that needed to be learned, if they would have been learned sooner. But granted, divine timing, so I can't even say that. So anyway, back to these lessons. When it came, I think the biggest lesson for me was knowing my self-worth and really stand on business when it came to my intuition, because there's many times my intuition told me this ain't my person and I need to leave this relationship alone, and I still tried to put a filter on the situation, put a mask on, and pretend like, you know, this is my person and still move forward, you know. Even trying to move forward into marriage and getting a house together and all these different things, knowing, having, but in the back of my mind feeling like this is not my person, you know. And it's like, it's so intense, because it's like you can't go to your partner and ask your partner like, yo, are you really my person? What you think your partner gonna say? Duh. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to lose you. They don't want the relationship to be over. So even if they know deep down, like, nah, I'm really not for you, like, I'm really not your person, I'm really not, you know, I highly doubt they would be real, raw, honest, and let you know the truth about the situation, unless that's a real one, you know. That's something else. But yeah. So it was just honestly between me and God. Like, God kept telling me this ain't your person, and I was like, God, I hear you, but like, can you make it my person? I hear you, but can you make it him? Because I already kind of got comfortable here, and I'm already attached here, you know? I also feel like not only was this relationship a karmic relationship, but it also was a trauma bond situation, because we had went through hardships together, and I think it really bonded us. So it was a trauma bond plus karmic relationship, so very intense. But there were many red flags, so many red flags that I just ignored, because I wanted him to be the person, and he just wasn't. And yeah. So there was a point in the relationship, like I said, we broke up many times, and all of them were like catastrophic, like real, like ghetto ratchet. And I'm not even like a rowdy person, so like it take a lot to even get that out of me. Before my spiritual awakening, okay, I was about that life, but after, I was very much kumbaya, akuna matata, you know. So it takes a lot to even, for me to even come out of character and do that. But when I tell you, this person was getting me out of character every other day, like every other day, this person was bringing out the worst in me. Don't get me wrong though, we had some good times, but when I tell you the bad times, they weigh too heavy. They weigh too heavy to outweigh the good times for me personally. But I'm very much grateful for my son, and I'm very much grateful for the lessons that I've learned and the blessings that I've transmuted from those lessons. It makes me the woman that I am today. So I'm very grateful, and I'm still working on in totality, like forgiving that person. But it's layers to it, you know. It's a and it's not their fault. I couldn't let go. I didn't want to let go, you know, even to my own detriment. So I don't blame that person. It's like if it's pouring raining outside and someone has an umbrella and they welcome you under the umbrella, you know, and you go under the umbrella, it's not your fault. I don't know where I'm going with this analogy, but it's not your fault that, you know, you went under the umbrella and took shelter. That person welcomed you under there, you feel me? Even if you're, you know, taking up all the space under the umbrella, you know, even if like it's at the person who's holding the umbrella's detriment, like it's not your fault for staying there, you feel me? It's the person holding the umbrella. It's their job to be like, yo, get your own umbrella, get from out of here, okay? You overstaying your welcome. And that's not something that I did, okay? I've done it in the past, like I said, when we've had like epic breakups and bridges burn. Like when I tell you it got ugly a couple of times, and somehow we always managed to find and get back with each other. And it's like, it's tough. Them karmic relationships be brutal because you genuinely have love for the person. You can genuinely, it's like being in love with the enemy. You know, like you genuinely have love for the person, but they are really no good for you. So you literally have to break your own heart to set yourself free. And not everybody has the strength to do that, which is why you see people in jacked up situations for many years to the point where they lose themselves. I can't lie, there was times where I lost myself and I looked in the mirror and I couldn't recognize myself. I didn't know what I was about, you know? I had to slowly but surely, like, a relationship that's healthy for you will help you ascend. A relationship that's unhealthy for you will make you descend. I descended so crazy. You would have thought like I fell from heaven. I just fell from heaven straight into hell. That was what reality was like. It was just so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad, yo. It was just bad. The struggling was bad. We just wasn't on the same page. And if we were on the same page, I would find myself like trying to tiptoe around the person to just, try to keep the peace. Tiptoe, if you got to tiptoe around your partner to try to keep the peace, that is not your person. That's not your person. If that person is tolerating you and finds the shit that you do annoying, that is not your person. You should not be tolerated. You should be honored. You should be loved. You should be accepted and praised for everything that you are. If that person is tolerating you, baby, pack your shit and get gone. That's not where you belong. You feel me? So, and vice versa, you know what I'm saying? Like, at times I felt like I was tolerating him. Like, I was so tired of being and sharing the same environment with him and shit. Like, I'm like, like, I love you, but like, I need my space. I need my space. Like, I'm tired of you being here around. Like, but at the same time, when he was gone, I would miss him. So it was so freaking confusing. Karmic relationships are confusing, and anything from God is not confusing. So best believe if you confused in a relationship, pack it up. Pack it up. Pack it up. It's not healthy. It's not from God. Healthy relationships are clear. They're transparent. There is no confusion. There is no confusion. My ex-partner always told me, oh, he always felt like I was half one foot in the relationship, one foot out the relationship. And it's true because deep down, I knew I was not supposed to be here. I knew I wasn't supposed to be here. But I still kept on anyway. I tried my best, I was hoping that we could grow together, but you can't force anyone to grow, as well as you can't force anyone to change. I really started coming back into my senses when every time that we broke up and I had solitude, it's like everything became clear. Everything became clear. Okay, I remember who I was. I remember I'm a goddess. I remember my own power. I remember I don't really need him. He ain't really doing much for me. I only need to rely on the Most High God. God provides for me. I don't need him to provide for me. He wasn't providing for me. He was just depleting me energetically, financially, mentally, physically. Like, just not healthy. Not healthy, bro. Not healthy, sis. Not healthy. You feel me? Every time I was in solitude, every time we would break up and I had solitude, everything would be so clear. I would be so happy and content in my solitude. And then I would get tested. God would send him back, for whatever reason, or I would reach out and I would fail the test time and time again. I welcome him right back in because I'm a woman. I'm a loving woman. I'm forgiving. I'm nurturing. Here I'm thinking, oh, I worked on myself. Maybe he worked on himself. Maybe we can be together now. Maybe you should, right person, wrong time. I always hope and trick myself into believing this, but that was never the case. It was never the case. So, like I said, I'll find myself descending where I had reached as high as high. this level of peace and prosperity and love, self-love. And I welcome him back into my life, and I descend, and I'm complaining, and I'm depressed, and I'm depleted, and I'm tired, and I just don't really know what my life is about all over again. You know, every time we would get back together, then every time we separate, yes, it would hurt. But the more I just focus on myself, it's like the clarity. It's like clarity all over again. I connect back to God. And you know another thing, this relationship, it did not keep me close to God. Every time I went back to this relationship, I felt like my prayers would take extra long to get answered, or I couldn't hear God as clear as I used to hear God. I would find myself partaking in habits that, weren't the best for me. Smoking more than usual, going to bed extra late, like doing things that just wasn't helping me evolve and be the best version of myself. I would get tempted to eat, trash food, junk food. Whereas in solitude, I'm on plant-based. In solitude, I don't need weed to feel at peace. Like when I'm in solitude, like I'm in nature all the time. I make my own schedule. I do what I want. I don't gotta compromise. You feel me? Like I could just be myself without feeling like I'm too much, or my makeup is too much, or how I dress is too much. Like everything was just too much. Everything is too much for the wrong person. You feel me? Everything is too much. Everything that you do, how you speak, how you maneuver, how you breathe, everything just too much in a karmic relationship. Mind you, these probably were the same qualities and same features and characteristics that attracted that person to you, but now that they're with you, they trying to change everything about you. Sway, how that work? How that work? So, yeah, y'all. I know this is kind of all over the place, but a lot of gems in here, okay? A lot of gems in here. So like I said at the very end, it took me some time, and I think it had to build up. The amount of times that we broke up, it's like my solitude, I got to come back to myself, and every time we would get back together, I had a different level of strength. Like one time we broke up, I didn't have no strength to fight. Okay, he wanted to get back together. Okay, we was back together. Next time we broke up, he wanted to get back together. I was like, okay, we back together. But, I'm still holding on to my individuality, my independence. I got my own thing going on, and I'm going to stick to it. I'm not going to just let go of everything I got going on just to focus on you and be the sidekick to whatever the shit you got going on. No, I'm still the main character in my story. I'm still the main character in my life. Okay? And it took this this final breakup where I was just at peace, because whereas he thought that this was gonna be like another like big bang, burn the bridge, we disrespect each other, and then later we come back together. This time around, it just wasn't like that for me, because I've had time to myself. I worked on myself. I know what I want in life, and I know what I want in a partner, and he just was not checking the boxes at all. And it was so crazy because we really mirrored each other. Whereas everything that I felt like I was complaining about him, where I wanted him to change, he wanted me to change the same things about myself. And so I couldn't tell if we were reflecting each other or projecting, you know what I'm saying, or deflecting. But all I knew was I can't change him. I can only change myself. So the more I started focusing on myself and only myself, not the relationship, focus on taking care of myself, getting into the gym, working on my fitness, you feel me? Working on my diet, taking care of my skin, taking care of my hair, everything natural, making sure my son is good, working on my passions, pouring into myself and my endeavors. Then it's like I cultivated a peace and a self-love where I was just like, hey, like I got love for you and I appreciate you, You're one of my closest friends. You're like my best friend in this life, But if you haven't worked on yourself and we're not healthy together, then we just can't be together. We just got to co-parent, and that's just what it is. And sure enough, and it's so crazy, every time we would break up, it would be over the stupidest thing. I kid you not. One time we had the most epic crash out, ball out, fight over the last piece of salmon. The last piece of salmon in the fridge. I wanted to eat it and he wanted to eat it. And I was like, we broke up. He moved out over this last piece of salmon. And when I tell you, neither of us got it because I took it and I threw it in the garbage. Can't nobody have it now. It's just the little petty fights like that really just tear the whole relationship apart, where it's like energetically you're confusing the universe. The universe is trying to bless the union, but y'all not in harmony. So it's like, of course, more chaos is being attracted to this union. And every time we would take one step forward, it's like we took 2 steps back. It just could not consistently build. We just couldn't build consistently. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Over stupid stuff that really does not matter. With the state of the world and everything that's happening on the planet, we should not be fighting over the last piece of salmon. We should not even be eating salmon. We need to be plant-based. We need to be detoxing. But anyway, like I said, this last fight, it just hit different because, like I said, I was at a place, I'm still at that place. I'm at a place where, you know, I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on my self-love. I'm focused on my peace and my connection with the Most High. So, like, I really don't have no space or room for drama or to just be out of the frequency of love and light. So, like, this time around, when he came through and he was on that rah-rah shit, I was just like, all right, respectfully and gracefully, I'll just let you go. I said that prayer. I was like, God, you know, let me know if this my person. If this not my person, then please make it very clear. And I kid you not, that same night that man broke up with me, the same night that I said that prayer, which usually tends to happen when I ask God that prayer. I keep asking God the same question. God keeps sending the same answer. Like, hello, my child, this man is not for you. You need to let him go. You ask me this question every couple of months, and I keep giving your ass the same answer. What did you think it was going to be? And God has this way of using him to expose himself. So while he was breaking up, call himself, quote unquote, breaking up with me, even though we wasn't really together at the time, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, he found himself and he really prides himself in breaking up with me. And, you know, all these different things that he was describing me and how malicious I am and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, in the past, I would explain myself and, you know, I would pour my heart out to get him to understand that I'm not a malicious person. I'm a loving person and I'm very much misunderstood. And then I felt like, it don't make sense trying to explain myself because he feels like he has me figured out already. And he may very well just be projecting, or I don't know what the case may be. Might be a lot of trauma or past relationships and he's comparing me to somebody else, or whatever the case may be. But I don't have the energy to explain myself to this boy child. I don't have it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I gracefully just let him go. I just let him go. You know, no drama, you know, no bitter baby mama drama, none of that. Just like, I wish you the best. I wish you find healing, and I wish that you find love as well, you know, and I wish the same for myself. And I lit a candle that same night, and that candle burned for 3-4 days straight. And on the last day that candle burned out, blow up, boop, bridges burned. Big catastrophic fight. Big catastrophic fight. Police had to show up. Nobody got arrested. At least not this time. But big catastrophic. And it sucks because I tried my best. I tried my best to prevent it from, you know, from happening like that. I tried my best to prevent the bridge from being burned. You know, it never feels right when you have to burn a bridge with someone that you care about, that you love. It never feels right, at least not to me. You know, I always just like to leave things on peaceful terms. Like, okay, it didn't work out between us. That's fine, but I wish you the best in everything that you do. And I still got love for you, and I'm still rooting for you. But we just won't be in contact as much. You feel me? I wanted it to be like that. or stay in contact. You know, we can still be friends even if it's not romantic, but it just couldn't be like that. I didn't want it to be like that. It just had to be like that, and I just had to accept it. It just was what it was. It's not what it's not. You feel me? But anyway, long rant. But what is a karmic relationship? It is a relationship that you attract to rid yourself of the karma, how you've treated people. How you've treated people, it is a relationship that you attract, whereas that person will be treating you how you have treated others. And it also comes through, it's not a punishment, but it comes through as a crash course to teach you the life lessons that you need to learn in this lifetime before you manifest your blessings, before you manifest your deepest desires. But before then, you know, you got to do the healing, because a lot of times these karmic, these unhealthy relationships, man, they take a toll on your soul. They take a toll on your heart. They just take a toll, especially when you don't know when to let go and you're holding on at your own detriment. Man, that thing just takes a toll on your spirit. It takes a toll on your heart. It takes a toll on your mental. Like, especially if you're dealing with a narcissistic partner or someone that has psychological problems, someone that has like abusive tendencies. That does damage. That does a lot of damage on people. So like, before you manifest your desires and God blesses you for learning the lessons and ridding yourself of the karma, you got to do some deep healing. You got to figure out, how did I even manifest that partner? You know, what was I attracted to them? What was I attracted to that was inside them? You know, you got to really dive deep into yourself. Like, why did I settle for that? You know, why did I knew that the relationship was not bettering me, it wasn't good for me, but why did I choose to stay? You really gotta be honest with yourself, dive deep into yourself. I thought that I had like the utmost self-love, and then I realized, okay, well, I'm lacking some self-love somewhere if I stayed in this relationship that I knew was not healthy for me, that I knew was not serving me, you know? So you really gotta dive deep into them shadows, into the ugly parts that everybody likes to keep hidden, and figure it out. Because if you don't figure it out, you're going to attract another karmic partner. You're going to attract the same type of person in a different body, in a different disguise. It's going to be the same type of thing. So you got to get that situated. You got to get that situated, or you're going to attract the same type of person in a different skin suit, a different disguise. Okay, so that's why the shadow work, the healing process is so important. Some people, you know, they just like to jump and get into a rebound situation to try to get over the past thing. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because your rebound is going to be the same person, just a different skin suit. And it's going to start off magical, just like how the karmic did. It's going to start off magical. You're going to have a connection. It's going to be a vibe. Da-da-da-da. And then slowly but surely, the red flag is going to be popping up. Popping up, popping up, popping up. Now, if you catch them, good. If you don't catch them, you know why. You didn't do the inner work to rid yourself of the karma. So, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. So, yeah, that's a karmic relationship. How do you know you're in a karmic relationship? Listen, deep down, you just know. You know. You know that's not your person. They're not treating you the way you want to be treated. They're not providing the things that you need or the things that you want. Okay? You feel like crap in a relationship. You're always tired. You're always depressed. You're depleted. You feel bad. You don't feel like yourself. You feel like you gotta hide yourself. You feel like you're walking on eggshells. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's just not good. You know. You'll know. Trust. And if you're having if you're questioning if it's a karmic relationship or not, I recommend praying to the Most High and ask God to reveal it to you. 9 out of 9, 10 out of 10 times, God will make the person that you're in a relationship with reveal themselves to you so that it's undeniable. You can't even deny that it's a karmic relationship. You can't deny that it's not your person. Like, they will expose themselves. They're not going to know that they expose themselves. They're not going to know. but God will make them expose themselves. Straight like that. Pray to the Most High. Be like, yo, God, if this is my person, please make it clear. If this is not my person, remove them from my life. You know, straight up like that. God, if this is not my person, if this person is not for me, from my highest good, please remove them from my life. Watch how God works. Watch how God works. Person gonna be out of there. Quick, fast. Quick, fast. But you also have free will. So if you choose to prolong the relationship and keep the person in your life, that's on you. If you choose to circle back and let them back into your life, that's on you. That's on you. As many times I prayed that prayer, God, remove this person from my life. God, remove the person. Then I circled back, person came knocking on the door and I let them right in. God, like, what, girl, didn't you just pray to me to remove that person? I'm like, yeah, God, but I forgive them. And I'll never forget, my auntie had told me, just because you forgive a person does not mean you got to get back on that same roller coaster and ride that ride again. And at the time, I was like, yeah, auntie, I feel you. But I did not get what she was really saying. I didn't really understand. I understood, but I didn't understand. I understand now. You can forgive a person and still love them from afar. You can forgive a person and still go about your business, no contact, in the most healthy way. So, yeah, yo. We talked about a lot. Okay. I really wanted to share this and share my experience because, yeah, I'm still going through the healing process. How do you heal from a karmic relationship? How do you heal? First and foremost, you need to take time to just feel all your feelings. You're going to go through the motions. Man, I was mad. I was angry. Then I was sad. I was depressed. You know, first I was happy. Then I was mad. Then I was sad. You know, I just kept flowing through all the different emotions. You got to feel it all. Don't try to keep it bottled up. Feel it. If you got to cry, cry. If you got to journal. You know, if you got to scream into a pillow, scream into a pillow. Feel all the emotions. You know, that's going to help you in your healing process. Another thing that's going to help you heal is praying and meditating. You need to really rely on the Most High. I recommend, you know, reaching out to a couple of people that, you know, are really for you, care about you, that you know for sure. Not saying you gotta tell your business to the whole world, you know, but a couple of people that you can trust to confide in. You can talk to them. But my favorite person to talk to is God. You know, God always the best listener and always send synchronicities or send confirmations and messages of reassurance to you. So I recommend, you know, talking to God, strengthening your relationship with the Most High, as well as another thing you could do to heal from a karmic relationship is really focus on your well-being. Focus on your health. Get your diet right. Do a detox. You feel me? Get your diet right. Get it right. Get into the gym or do some yoga. Do some Pilates. Stretch. Move your body. Go for walks. Be out in nature. Nature is the holy grail for everything. Everything. Get into nature. Be in the frequency of unconditional love. 432 hertz. That is the frequency of nature. Be in nature. Ground your feet. Put your bare feet in palms. Your body on the grass. And soak in all that loving frequencies. You know, the earth will pull the negative ions from the sole of your feet. So any pain, any negativity that you were going through, that you were holding and storing within your vessel, literally Mother Nature will take it from you. You just have to put your bare feet on the ground and just chill for a little while. And it just happens. That's just how we're built. But some a smart person created shoes and it just disconnected us from the earth, as well as another smart person created concrete that just super disconnected us from the soil of Mother Nature. So like where we could be naturally detoxing our body all the time, how Source had designed and created us and created the planet to be, we're not able to do so. So you have to put a little bit more effort and intention into detoxing yourself with nature. But like I said, you just got to put your bare feet on the grass, on the dirt, and literally just chill there for a little bit. And Mother Nature will pull the negative ions from the soul of your body, and you'll be feeling light and refreshed. Natural detox. Nature helps with the healing process, as well as I recommend taking a spiritual bath. You need to cleanse your energetic body from that person. Okay, especially if y'all have been sexually connected, y'all exchange the sacred energy exchange, sex. You need to cleanse your energy. Okay, if you're female, get your yoni steam popping. If you're a male, I don't think they have penis steams, but check that out. I don't know if they got that, okay, but you could definitely take a spiritual bath. You don't got a bathtub, take a spiritual shower. If the climate is nice, go to the ocean, go to the beach, get you a nice spiritual bath inside the ocean waters with Oshun, Mother Oshun, and Yamaya, and get that popping with the intention of cleansing your energetic body. I would recommend doing this like a couple of times, like once a week. Do your spiritual bath, do your yoni steams, like just as a ritual of self-love and cleansing your energy, not just from that karmic relationship, but just for your just daily activities, your just lifestyle. You encounter people sometimes, your aura catches people's energies. You catch people's energies within your own auric field, and it just helps cleanse your auric field, cleanse your space. Go through your environment, go through your household, grab up all their belongings and give that shit back to them or throw it in the garbage, however you want to discard it, and really cleanse the space out. Cleanse the space, move some furniture around, change up the feng shui. That's going to help change the energy of the environment, because I kid you not, sometimes people have PTSD of like all those fights and those arguments within the environment that you still reside in. So you really got to cleanse your space. You got to cleanse your space so you don't have PTSD where, oh, we had an argument in the kitchen and, this person broke a plate. And so now every time you're in the kitchen, like, you don't even know, but your subconscious is feeling away. Your subconscious is triggered because of what happened. You don't even realize. You don't even realize that your subconscious got you on fight or flight because your environment is triggering. It's PTSD. So that's why you got to cleanse your space, change up the feng shui, put some new plants in there, change up the furniture, switch some shit out. Just make it different. Just make it different. And what has helped me with the healing process is forgiving the person, because yeah, and I'm still working on it. I'm not gonna say I forgive them 100%, because I don't. But I'm still working on it. I'm working on it. You feel me? I'm working on the forgiveness, and I'm working on taking accountability and not blaming the person, but taking accountability and realizes, okay, I was a participant in this karmic relationship as well, and I'm no saint. I'm no angel. In totality in this relationship, I've done my due diligence of wrong, and I've done my a share of toxic behaviors within the relationship. I too was a karmic person. I was a karmic for that person. How they're my karmic, I'm their karmic. So I'm not 100% innocent. So just take accountability in that and have grace for yourself, have grace for the other person. That will help you to forgive that person, because it will help you forgive yourself too. Like, y'all was both in the wrong. It ain't about who's wrong, who's right. It ain't about, who did the most damage. Like, y'all both did damage. Y'all both gotta heal, So, take that into consideration. And just remember that, like, we all just trying to figure it out. We all human, just trying to figure it out. And, yeah, we just take it one day at a time, and you're gonna feel different. You're gonna feel different feelings. You're gonna feel different every day. I'm feeling different. Some days I'm feeling optimistic, I'm feeling happy. Some days I'm just down, I'm sad, I'm depressed. I'm like, shit, I can't believe I went through that, you know? Some days I'm like, yes, it's finally over. I'm grateful, I'm celebrating because that relationship is over, I'm free. Other days I'm like, damn, I feel alone. Damn, I was in a relationship, and now I'm not, you know? So it will come and go, Sometimes you get triggered, you know, like today I was doing laundry and I was, just trying to pass the time and parlay, and I went on my news feed and I seen this couple had got married. I seen their wedding pictures and I shed a tear because shit, I wanted to get married, and I will one day, you know. So some days you'll feel triggered, some days you won't, but it's about how you handle the triggering. I allowed myself to cry and I was in public. I shed that tear like a gangster and I had to ask myself, hey, why are you feeling emotional right now? And myself said, because I want to get married. And I was like, it's all good, self. You're going to get married in due time. Okay? Just keep focusing on yourself. Keep working on yourself. Your partner, your divine masculine is out there. Don't worry about it. Keep working on being the best version of yourself that you can be. And you will attract that into your life. And then I feel better. Then I went to the gym and I kept working. I worked on myself. Okay? So it's just a matter of choosing the moment in healthy coping mechanisms, accepting your reality and having healthy coping mechanisms. Healthy coping mechanisms, accepting the reality of what is and having healthy coping mechanisms. That's going to help you to heal. Okay, use this pain, transmute it into power, and let it drive you into your season of prosperity and abundance in your new beginning. Let it drive you. Don't let the pain weigh you down and keep you stagnant, keep you depressed and unhappy. Not healthy. Don't let it drive you into overindulging in things that are no good for you, like eating trash junk food, partaking in too much drugs and alcohol and partying and unprotected, reckless sex and all these. Save yourself the the BS. Save your time, save your energy, instead of digging the hole deeper, like work on getting yourself out the hole, as well as, a matter of fact, plant a seed there in the hole and just keep watering it until it grows and becomes a mighty money tree. So I pray that this video reaches someone who needs to hear this message and that can learn from my mistakes and my experience, and can not only help them to distinguish if they're in a karmic relationship, give them the power, empower them to be able to leave that relationship and love on themselves, focus on themselves and their Most High God, as well as teach them how to heal from an unhealthy union as well. And I pray that this has brought some value to your life. It has been an honor and a pleasure to hold this space with you, for you, and share my truth and my experience in hopes that it helps someone along their journey. And I'm wishing you blessings, true love, healthy love, prosperous love, love that helps you ascend and evolve, love that brings eternal happiness and peace, love that nurtures you, that waters you, love that fills your cup up and is overflowing to the point where everybody can see that this love is good for you, and it reaches them and it makes their heart feel full as well. I'm wishing you love, a love that is unconditional, that pours into you and allows you to flourish as the infinite, eternal, beautiful being that you are. I pray that this message reaches you in divine timing and you receive all the gems that you need to continue along your journey. Love and light, peace and prosperity. Mwah!